That's a great note, isn't it?
Sound check.
G'day there. Welcome back to another Voice Essentials vocal analysis. Today we are reviewing Gabriel Henrique, and this is his 2023 qualifiers performance for America's Got Talent. He's singing Something Beautiful by Jacob Banks, and this is Something Beautiful. It's a gorgeous sing. We get to hear him, as you would expect in what is a very short performance. It's only about 2.5 minutes. We get to hear him display pretty much everything we love about Gabriel and his voice. And so let's dive in. Let's have a listen. And just the display of his range and his dexterity, his agility. It's something to behold. Let's have a listen.
Here I stand, taking half my pride. Ain't I wrong? We know where to hide.
I want to have a listen to the start of that again. The reason being, partly because I'd like to have a listen to the piano player again. The piano player is beautiful and playing in such a complementary way to what Gabriel is doing with his voice. A great accompanist, it doesn't just happen. It is a real skill to accompany on piano and guitar for that matter, because you've really got to weave yourself into the performance and really connect yourself with the singer. It's such a joy to sing alongside a really good accompanist. That all being said, I want you to listen to the way Gabriel starts. There's just a little bit of a misstart in the voice. The way the voice commences, it kind of just catches a little bit on the air. He fixes it. It's very clever. He fixes it by just allocating a little bit more weight almost immediately to make sure the voice is active. Have a listen.
Here I stand.
Here, the voice bottoms out and it doesn't quite grab. Have a listen to it again. I mean, you can disagree with me. You can leave your comments below if you disagree. It is a very minor point. It doesn't change anything about the outstanding performance. Just a little thing.
Here I stand, taking.
And it activates with a little bit more weight.
Ain't I wrong? We know where to hide. I'm exposed, see my flaws and all, but yours you hear, and that's something beautiful.
Beautiful line, right? And that is one of the standout features of Gabriel's artistry is those beautiful choices, those lovely little melismatic runs, what we often call riffs and runs. Just fabulous. As we continue, I want you to take note. The one thing that I do believe Gabriel can continue to mature and develop in is actually not his voice per se, but his stage presence. And there's a lot of gesticulating with the arms that I would prefer. I think he could really gain a lot of stage presence strength, if you will, by being a little bit more centered in his overall presentation. And that would really center us on his voice, which is outstanding. And we of course, we are centered on his voice, but to remove all of the movement with the hands, I think would be of great value. I think the whoever has directed his staging has put him on a mic stand. They have tried to center him. And often when I'm workshopping a singer for performance, and if they are sort of with their hands going everywhere, I will often, or they want to constantly move everywhere, I will put them on a mic stand to get them to center. And often that singer themselves will then say, yeah, I felt more centered. I felt like I didn't have to do so much. Let's continue.
And that's something beautiful. That's something beautiful. That's something beautiful. That you are here with me. That's something beautiful. If I fall and I crash down to my knees, you pick me up, running to my knees. Everything wrong when not to call, you're still here, and that's something beautiful.
That's a great note, isn't it? The way he builds that, he actually increases the weight of the note as he goes through it. So he's got that sort of crescendo movement. Really, really good. I love the fact, and you know, because I made a comment about the way I love the fact that he's now grabbing the mic, because notice how it does. It actually restricts that sense of movement. There is some motivated movement going on. I just want to see that motivated movement, you know, the moments where he touches his chest or he does extend his arms because there's a reason to. It's about reducing the other superfluous movement that is unnecessary, which I think would really strengthen even further what is a really good performance.
When not to call, you're still here, and that's something beautiful.
There it is. Fantastic note.
That's something beautiful. That's something beautiful. That you are here.
I love the way he just let it float to falsetto for a moment. Have a listen to that. Just, it really does, you know, showcase his true free voice. Like it does go everywhere he wants it to, which is fantastic.
Oh, that you are here with me. That's something beautiful.
He's known for it, isn't he? His whistle tone. In this particular instance, I think we hear a little bit of adrenaline / nerves in the whistle tone. When we hear his home recordings, the whistle tone has always got this wonderfully pure sound to it. In this instance, and I want you to listen really carefully, we're hearing a little bit of constriction, ever so slight, and we hear a little bit of a in the sound. Very, very, very slight, but I'm pretty sure it's there. Have a listen. There. And we're hearing the constriction certainly on that lower note. It was in the whistle tone for a moment, and then we hear a little bit of constriction. And it does speak to the fact that maybe he's just loading the voice a little bit more than we would want to. This comes back to, and I've made these comments, you know, in previous reviews of Gabriel, is I think there is a need for more live performance. This was from last year, and the more live performance I think he does, the more opportunity he's going to have to learn to manage what is almost certainly, you know, overt adrenaline driven by just that increase in performance anxiety, which is very normal for any performer. But a big part of live performance is learning to manage that performance anxiety.
Something beautiful.
It is something beautiful, like I said. That's a beautiful song. I'd actually never heard that song before. But more importantly, it's a beautiful rendition by Gabriel, and there is just, and I've said this in another of his review videos that I did. There's something so authentic and beautiful about him as a performer. He doesn't have, sometimes performers can almost feel like they have a persona that we have to get through to get to them. I think with Gabriel, you what you see is what you get. That's the sense that I have, and I'd love to read your comments about your thoughts in that regard. I hope you've enjoyed today's vocal analysis review of Gabriel. I'm sure we'll do more. I love listening to him sing. It's a beautiful sound, and he's like I said, there's just something about him that I really enjoy. I very much look forward to seeing you in the next vocal analysis video. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.